I want to thank everybody for subscribing to my channel and supporting my channel on the whole Hotshot adventure and the other stuff that I get into. Last video, we actually gained some subscribers. I'm still, I'm a small channel and I'm fine with that. I'm not looking to get huge on, subscribers or anything like that. This is just my knowledge being passed on to you guys for this Hotshot and whatever else. So last video that I done was a little bit of a kind of a let's set things straight from another YouTube video that was posted. This video here, we're going to get a little bit more in depth of that as far as what truck I run, what I've ran before, what to expect out here on the road, and why I run what I run when I run it. So let's get to it, boys and girls. So the current setup that I run right now is a 1999 Ford F350 one-ton, two-wheel drive dually. I purchased this truck. It had 236,000 on it. Now it's right at 269,000. This truck has actually served me real well. I top this off. This truck here runs right there with the brand new trucks. And during this video, I'll explain why I run older trucks now. The trailer that I'm using, this trailer I use part-time. This is a 30-foot Big Tex 14K trailer. This trailer I don't use a whole lot. 9 times out of 10 you're going to see me hauling with this bumper pull, which is a PJ 22-foot tilt deck 14K trailer. 9 times out of 10 I can use the 22-footer versus the 30-footer. If I use a 30-footer, normally I'm out quite a bit, out on the road quite a bit. So bear with the traffic. We are out on the road here. So anyway, that's why that's the equipment that I run as of now. So I have a 22-foot tilt deck trailer, 14K bumper pull, and I have a 30-foot gooseneck that I use also, which is, like I said, it's a Big Tex. So getting back to the truck deal. So when I started out in hotshotting, I started out with a 2000, what was it? It was a 2000 GMC 3500 diesel. So a lot of you guys already figured out, yes, it did have a 6.5 diesel in it. It started my business. 2 months in, I busted the crank and was looking for another used truck. At that time, there was nothing out there used that I was interested in. So what I done was I bought a 2015 truck, Chevy Duramax, which kind of looks like that. The nose is a little different, but basically a truck like this. So that Duramax costed me $1,000 a month to own it as a payment. It costed, my insurance went up from, I think it was I want to say it was $384 is what I was paying on the 2000 truck. And my insurance increased almost to $1,000 a month. It was just shy of $1,000. So I stepped into a payment and started running the truck and built my business, which is, it was fine. Everything was being paid for, the whole 9 yards. But the problem, and a lot of you guys probably aren't thinking about this if you have not gotten into Hotshot yet and are thinking about getting into the Hotshot deal. The problem was, it's all hunky-dory for the first 100,000 miles on having a brand new truck because it's under warranty. After that 100,000 miles is up, which is really quick, within the first year and a quarter of you owning that truck, you're over 100,000 miles. Not only do you have a $1,000 truck payment, you also any breakdowns, you are responsible for. You have to take care of them then. So, the 15 truck, I didn't have a whole lot of issues with. It was at 166,000, I think, when I traded it in, or 167, and I stepped into a 2017. Same payment, nothing changed, no money rolled over. It was just a deal that was going on, and I stepped right into it. It was just my payments started directly over. The payments stayed the same. So, went through the 17 truck, 171,000 miles. It finally puked out, and there's a couple videos on here about that. That's actually right at the start of when I started doing videos on YouTube. So we ended up getting rid of it. You know, I paid, you know, still paying $1,000 a month on the truck. Had the truck for about 2 years, or just over 2 years, and it was done. I mean, I was looking at having to put major, you know, 8 to 10 grand into the truck by the time everything was said and done. With the other problems that occurred after they fixed the original problem. So we got out of that truck. I bought this truck here. This is a 19, and at that point, I vowed that this will be my personal truck. Yes, I still have the $1,000 payment, but this will be my personal truck, basically the backup truck for if my 99 goes down. So I bought this on a Thursday, and that Saturday I bought that truck right there, the 99. I've since been hauling with this truck, the 99. The blue truck has been out on a couple runs here and there. It's been to Florida. It's bailed that truck there out a couple times just because, you know, bugs needing to be worked out of it. Had to do a turbo. So I actually had the blue truck brought to me by one of my buddies. Thank God for him. Down in Tennessee, out of Ohio, and swapped it out for this one so I could venture on to Florida. So this truck here has been wonderful. This Ford F-350 1999 truck, 20 years old, has been a wonderful addition to my fleet. It is the primary truck. I'm actually looking for another one, if I can find one in decent shape, but we may see another one of these trucks pop up. Now, I haven't really had too many issues out of this truck other than regular maintenance. The major issue that I had with it was the turbo failed, and that's been it. Everything else has been brakes, rotors, calipers, crap like that, normal wear and tear items. So I am not a Ford guy by no means, but I have no problems owning a 7.3 diesel Ford truck. No problems at all owning one of those. So that's the deal on the trucks. So those were the previous trucks that I ran, and what I'm running now, and what's happened so far, and all that's been over the past 5.5 years of me getting started. Now, when I did start out, I owned the 99, or not the 99, I owned the 2000 GMC truck that I was running, that I started the business with. And I also had a 36-foot car trailer, gooseneck, Kaufman gooseneck, that I welded the center floor in. And I had all this stuff. It was all bought and paid for when I started the business. Insurance was cheaper. Even starting out, it wasn't a whole lot of money compared to running a new truck. Now, did I have all my eggs in one basket at that time? Absolutely not. As of now, I still do not have all my eggs in one basket solely on the hot-shotting. So it may be something that you guys want to think about, because, a lot of people don't like to talk about this. I believe Hotshot Dave talked about it on one of his recent videos. You know, you'll do anything. If you really, really want to own your own business, you will do what it takes to never go back to punching a clock for somebody. It's even hard, you know, it's embarrassing, but it is what it is. So before I got into hot shotting, I was working at a company. And even then, it was seasonal, so I was laid off through the wintertime. So through the summertime, not only did I work my job, I mowed grass, had a little side gig going on. In the wintertime, when I was laid off, I plowed snow. I had a little snowplow business happening. So when I decided to get into hot shotting, parted ways with my old job, and, you know, just decided, here we go. We're going in at full bore. This is just what we're going to do, and I'll never wonder what if. So we're going to do it. Got into it, and I still had my side hustle going on, bringing in money, which was, at the time, you know, it was June, so I was mowing grass at the time. And there were times where I didn't know if I was going to be able to pay a bill. Didn't know if I was going to be able to put fuel in my truck. Roll the dice, hope that you don't have a breakdown and get from point A to point B and get that load delivered and factored so you can put more fuel in your truck and keep moving. I've been in that situation. And 9 times out of 10, you guys will be in that situation too if you guys are doing, if you're getting into hot shotting business or even thinking about it. So these are some hardships that will happen. They're going to happen, no matter what. They're going to happen. Whether it's now or a couple years from now, it's going to happen. So, you know, when I was mowing, wasn't a whole lot of money coming in for mowing because it was a side hustle. You know, I didn't have a bunch of clients for that. I only had like, I think 3 or 4. So you're talking, you know, a couple $100 a week maybe. That couple $100 a week actually saved my tail out here hot shotting, or I probably would have hung it up a long time ago. I've since sold the plowing business and the lawn care side of it. That's gone. I done that for, I think, 2 years, you know, while I was doing the hot shot deal. This year, 2019, if you watch some of my old videos, you know, that 17 truck went down, and that, you know, during the first quarter, and it was like 2 weeks. I don't know what the hell happened, but things were going freaking awesome. Truck went down, and within the week and a half-ish that it took me to go ahead and, you know, buy the blue truck, the 2019, and get that Ford and be back out on the road, which was about a week and a half, things just went right down south. The trucking market fell, everything. So at that time, I wasn't doing any side hustle. Well, after sitting here for a little while, you start to wonder, and I think the only thing that saved my tail was last year I ended up buying a dump trailer that you've seen in my previous videos. Bought a dump trailer, and that actually saved my tail because I started hauling gravel for people. I've got a tractor, a John Deere tractor with a front end loader on it, and I was actually doing driveways. I was building above ground pool pads, you know, grading yards with my tractor or whatever. So that saved, you know, that helped save me even after the 17 went down and everything. You know, the way the cards played, so to speak, you know, helped me stay in the hot shot this year, I believe. You know, ended up with that 99 truck. That was a lifesaver for this year. It's a lot cheaper insurance for me. My insurance went dramatically down. I think I cut it in half. It was like $750 on the 17 truck, being that I quit hauling cars and went strictly freight. My insurance was cheaper. Plus, I had some, a couple years behind me with my business. So my insurance went down from, at $750, somewhere around there, down to, I think I'm paying like, I don't know, I don't even think I'm paying $400. I think it's like, it's $362 is what I'm paying a month now with the 99. So I do not factor any loads anymore. Anything and everything that is done through Hotshot, and as far as finding my loads, when I was running the load board, I've never had anybody finding my loads for me. I've always done it. Paperwork, I had a factoring company, and if I did anything through load boards or anything like that or through a broker, I would factor that load just to make it go away. I would factor that load. So that's something you have to think about there. Don't put your eggs all in one basket. Definitely check, kind of keep an open mind. If you are not capable of working on your own stuff, and this was another thing that I had a problem with on the 15-17 trucks, was I don't have the scan tools to be able to, or the computer software to be able to tell me exactly what's going on with these trucks. The newer stuff. Now the 99, it's a 7.3. They're pretty simple, and there's a lot of videos out here to help troubleshoot that, and I take that knowledge from you guys, that make those videos, and, it helps me out. Same way that this video may help you out. So I work on my own stuff. That turbo, when that turbo went out, it got to, my buddy brought it back here to the house. I ventured on to Florida. When I got back, I ordered the turbo and pedestal. It was, I think, $800, and I swapped it out myself. No big deal. Back on the road with it. No problem. If you guys are not mechanically capable or inclined to work on your stuff, bud, you could go buy a new truck if you want and get out here and run, but after the year and a quarter, year and a half, whatever it takes you to put 100,000 miles on it, trust me, it will be very quick. Once you put that 100,000 miles on it, you have to foot the bill, son. So I suggest, if you don't want to work on your stuff, go with a lease. That way they can handle it, they can take care of it. Go with a lease. Now, if you are someone that wants to work on your stuff and doesn't mind doing your own maintenance, and you're mechanically inclined and everything, and I suggest not going out and buying a new truck if you can help it. Go get you something used. Don't get a big truck payment or anything like that, because it's just going to kill you. Go get something used, whether it's outright, hell, you may even already have it, and run it. See if you like it. See if you like doing this. Don't get yourself tied up in a major financial issue that's going to hurt you in the long run and make you not want to do this job or this career or run this business. Like I said in the last video, it all depends on what it is. If you work for someone, it's a job. If you own the DOT and all that stuff, it's your business. So that's that part. The next thing we're going to talk about is going to be direct client. Everybody wants to go direct client. They want to cut out that middleman. So I've actually got bills set in here, and we're going to go through them. I'm going to give you dates. So today is December 5th, so that's 12/5. All right. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I have hanging out there as of right now. Not going to show you who they are, of course, but I'll run through them. My oldest bills. You want direct clients. I'm going to explain this to you real quick before we even talk about the bills. You want direct clients. Make sure you have enough money. And I'm here to tell you, it's not just $10,000. Make sure you have plenty of company money hanging in your pocket to cover your expenses, your home life bills, all your personal stuff, all that, before you get direct clients. Because what I'm about to tell you through these bills is going to make you wonder what the hell is going on and what I'm talking about. You'll figure out what I'm talking about. Maintenance. So all your bills. I'm talking maintenance. Make sure you have money in there in case you blow a tire or do whatever or need roadside assistance or whatever it is. Make sure you got enough money in there for a couple months to take care of your personal bills and all your company expenses, the whole 9 yards. All right? I'm going to tell you why. The oldest bill that I actually have 2 outstanding bills here that I've been waiting on, and I'll probably get to the bottom of it either tomorrow or first thing Monday morning, because this typically doesn't happen. So like I said, today is 12/19 or 12/5/19. The oldest 2 bills that I have is from 10/2, 10/2, and 10/6. All right. So this first one here. This first bill is for $2,000 that I have billed out. That's from 10/2. All right. This second bill that I have is from 10/7. $1,400. Okay. 2 bills, $3,400 from 10/2 and 10/7. All right. I've been carrying it that long, so we're talking 60 days. Might as well just say 60 days. You're not getting paid every 24 or 48 hours for doing this. So that's 60 days out there. Not bitching, not complaining. I'm just making sure that you guys know what you're getting into. Okay, the next oldest, or the more current bills that I have. So we have 11/6 for $2,000. We have 11/19 for $1,200. We have another 11/19 for $975. And then we have the most recent bill is from 11/21 for $600. Okay, that's what I have hanging out there right now. I'm still waiting to get money on. So I've, just to explain it to you guys, I've been carrying, doing that run, all the fuel it took, the hotels, whatever, that it took to make those runs. That money is still hanging out there. The big part about that is it took me a long time to get to the point that I am now to have direct clients and solely rely on direct clients. So, baby steps. You must take baby steps if you're wanting to succeed in this. You don't need everybody. If I can do it, you can do it. You don't need a person to find you loads all the time. You don't need somebody. Well, you will want a factoring company. Okay, starting out, you'll definitely want a factoring company. It's well worth the money. But You don't need somebody sitting in the office unless you have a spouse that wants to help you out and do that and learns that technique and makes it happen. That's a big help. I mean, yeah, it's great having somebody looking at a computer when you're driving down the road. That way you can focus on driving down the road and not wondering about finding you a load. You know, because they do it for you. But you don't necessarily need that. I took on one direct client, and, you know, it was like once a month I would probably do a run for him, and then it's built from there. So now basically I don't do any spot market. You know, I will if I have to, no problem. I'll just get back on the load board and do spot market if that's needed. Another thing is, that is a low amount of money of me hanging out there. It is nothing for me to have $15,000 to $20,000 setting up here waiting to come in. Nothing at all for that to happen. The money that's sitting here right now is actually really low, and you know, it's getting toward the end of the year anyway. So that all that stuff will be paid by the end of the year. I believe, you know, hell, I'll have it before Christmas, but whatever. But that's what you have to expect. I've got 60-day-old bills that's sitting here that I've been hanging on to. So I know there's a couple new guys that are wanting to start out. You got to think about that, especially if you have truck payment and all that stuff. Bills can be pretty high. So that's that part. Man, the video is already going to be long, and a lot of people probably won't even watch to the end here. I'll probably do another section of this eventually, but as of right now, man, guys, girls, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, share this video to someone that, you know, just share it. See, you know, if it helps somebody, I'm really hoping it does. So, you know, ask questions, leave comments, and until next time, y'all have a good one.